Are you ready to unlock the hidden power within you? Picture possessing a strength so profound that life's toughest obstacles seem trivial. You're more powerful than a god, and it's time to awaken that strength within. Let's explore how Stoic philosophy can unleash your inner resilience. Welcome to the Level Stoic channel, where ancient wisdom meets modern resilience. Stoicism whispers a powerful truth. Within you lies a force stronger than any god. Seneca's words echo through the ages. You have more strength within than you realize. Stoicism believes in something powerful inside us, our ability to shape our own lives and overcome tough times. Seneca, a wise Stoic, taught us that we're stronger than the challenges we face, saying we should tap into our inner strength. Here's a story about the iconic Athens philosopher Socrates. When Socrates was unfairly sentenced to death by the Athenian court, he could have run away, but he stayed true to his beliefs. Instead of giving up his principles of fairness and honesty, he bravely chose to accept his punishment. With amazing calmness and dignity, he drank the poison that ended his life, showing his strong dedication to what he believed in. Stoicism tells us we have this strong force inside us that can help us get through tough times. It says we should use this power when life gets hard and keep going no matter what. Seneca and Socrates teach us that real strength comes from within, waiting for us to believe in ourselves. In this journey, we'll learn about how Stoics see the power of our actions, looking at how our choices shape our lives. We'll hear stories from Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, who stayed calm and strong even in the face of death. And most importantly, we'll learn how to focus on what we can control instead of worrying about things we can't change. So, are you ready to find your inner strength and use Stoicism to face life's challenges with confidence? Let's discover the secrets of building mental toughness and resilience together, step by step. The harmful effects of being lazy and putting things off. In Stoicism, being lazy and procrastinating are seen as big obstacles to our personal growth. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher and leader of ancient Rome, noticed how too much comfort and doing nothing can slowly weaken us. In Meditations, he said, "In the face of daunting challenges, laziness and procrastination are the enemies of progress, sapping our strength and dulling our resolve." Aurelius warned against getting too comfortable and spending all our time relaxing. Stoics believe that these habits not only stop us from growing, but also make us lose the good qualities that make us who we are, living naturally. Stoicism teaches us to live in tune with nature. According to Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic thinkers, humans are part of nature and should follow its rules. Aurelius, especially, said we should act in ways that go along with nature's patterns, warning us not to stray too far from its guidelines. In a world full of too much stuff and fancy things, Stoicism tells us to remember that life is simple, and we should face its tough parts with bravery and strength. If you've resonated with the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, don't hesitate to show your support. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you've found value in what you've heard. Your engagement helps us spread the message of Stoic philosophy to more people like you. Stoic ways to fight laziness. Stoicism gives us different ways to fight laziness and procrastination. It tells us to build up courage and hard work. Stoics say we should practice being tough, confident, and happy, which help us fight the laziness that comes from doing nothing. By thinking and acting in a way that's good and disciplined, we can beat laziness and start living with purpose. Following Stoic ideas, like doing our duties well and taking our responsibilities seriously, helps us use our inner strength to beat laziness and become better people. Here are some tips on how to fight laziness Stoic way. Set clear goals. Begin each day with a clear set of goals and tasks to accomplish. Write down your objectives and prioritize them based on importance. This clarity helps to focus your mind and provides a roadmap for action. Create a routine. Establishing a consistent daily routine can help overcome the temptation to procrastinate. Set specific times for waking up, working, exercising, and relaxing. Stick to this schedule as closely as possible to cultivate discipline and productivity. Practice mindfulness. Stay present and mindful throughout the day, paying attention to your thoughts and actions. When you notice procrastination tendencies arising, acknowledge them without judgment and redirect your focus back to the task at hand. Embrace discomfort. Recognize that discomfort and resistance are natural parts of growth and progress. Instead of avoiding challenging tasks, embrace them as opportunities for learning and improvement. Break large tasks into smaller, manageable steps to make them less daunting. Stay accountable. Hold yourself accountable for your actions by setting deadlines and commitments. Additionally, enlist the support of friends, family, or mentors who can provide encouragement and accountability. Share your goals with them and check in regularly to track your progress. By incorporating these practical strategies into your daily life, you can harness the power of Stoic principles to overcome laziness and procrastination, leading to a more fulfilling and purpose-driven existence. The role of contentment in fostering mental stability. Stoicism tells us that being content is super important for keeping your mind calm and steady. According to Stoic philosophy, your mind stays calmest when you're not all caught up in wanting things or not wanting things. Contentment comes from accepting life just as it happens, and knowing that real happiness comes from being a good person, not from chasing after stuff that doesn't last. By nurturing a mindset of contentment, individuals can endure life's challenges with calmness, finding solace in the knowledge that their happiness does not depend on external circumstances. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that so wants nothing." Seneca's words emphasize the idea of finding contentment and satisfaction in the present moment, rather than constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on past regrets. He suggests that true happiness comes from being grateful for what we have and not constantly seeking more. By letting go of anxieties about what might happen in the future and accepting our current circumstances, we can find peace and fulfillment in the present. Detachment from external desires. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of detachment from external desires as a means of achieving inner fulfillment. Not being too attached to things outside ourselves is a big part of Stoicism. Instead of always wanting more stuff or fame, Stoics think we should focus on being wise, brave, and in control of ourselves. By not getting too attached to things like money or awards, we can feel free from always wanting more. Stoicism teaches us to find joy in being good people and reaching our full potential, rather than always looking for temporary happiness from stuff we can buy or achieve. Seneca also wrote, "Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool." Seneca suggests that for a wise person, wealth serves as a tool to be used wisely, without becoming enslaved by it. In contrast, for a foolish individual, wealth becomes their master, controlling and dictating their actions. This idea reflects the Stoic belief that true freedom comes from being unattached to material possessions, allowing one to maintain inner peace and focus on what truly matters: virtue and moral integrity. Stoic writings are full of ideas about what it means to be truly happy and complete. Seneca wrote letters and essays where he talked about how real happiness comes from inside us, not from things outside of us. He pointed out that stuff we own doesn't last forever and can't make us truly happy. Instead, he said we should focus on things that are really important, like being a good person and learning new things. By following this advice, Stoics believe we can find a deep sense of peace and calmness that lasts, no matter what happens in life. Embracing discomfort as a tool for growth. Imagine being Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher from ancient Rome who was born as a slave. Despite facing tough times and being physically disabled because of his enslavement, Epictetus found strength in Stoic teachings. He didn't let his hardships break him. Instead, he focused on what he could control, his thoughts and actions. Epictetus believed that real freedom comes from controlling our minds, no matter what life throws at us. His story shows how Stoicism teaches us to grow stronger, even when facing difficulties, by embracing them as opportunities for learning and self-improvement. Facing tough times can actually make us stronger. That's what Stoicism teaches us. Instead of running from challenges or staying in our comfort zone, Stoics say we should face difficulties and see them as chances to become better people. They believe that going through tough times helps us build strength, courage, and become wiser. By accepting discomfort as part of life, Stoicism teaches us to use it to become stronger, braver, and more in control of ourselves. Accepting your nature. We all have things we don't like about ourselves, like how we look or what we're good at. But Marcus Aurelius said, "It's better to accept ourselves and be happy with who we are." He said we're all part of nature and should live in harmony with it. Some people are naturally good at certain things, and that's okay. We can't change everything about ourselves, so it's better to focus on what we're good at and accept the rest. Marcus Aurelius said humans are special because we can think rationally. Instead of just following our feelings, we can use our brains to make wise choices. We can't control everything and predict the future, but we can control how we react to things. That's why it's important to use our reason to accept things as they are. One way Stoics do this is through negative visualization. Negative visualization is a technique where we imagine the worst possible outcome in a situation. Instead of pretending everything will go perfectly, we prepare ourselves for the worst-case scenario. This might sound pessimistic, but it's actually a way to build resilience. By thinking about what could go wrong, we're less likely to be caught off guard if it actually happens. It's like practicing for a test or a game. The more you prepare, the better you'll perform when the time comes. Stoics use negative visualization to remind themselves that nothing is guaranteed in life. By imagining losing something or facing a setback, they learn to appreciate what they have more and worry less about losing it. It's not about dwelling on negativity. It's about being grateful for the present moment and preparing for the uncertainties of the future. For example, if you're worried about losing your job, you might imagine what life would be like without it. This can be scary, but it also helps you realize that you have other options and resources to fall back on. By accepting the possibility of losing your job, you become more resilient and adaptable to whatever comes your way. Finally, negative visualization is a powerful tool for building mental resilience and preparing for life's challenges. By imagining the worst-case scenario, we learn to appreciate what we have and become better equipped to handle whatever life throws at us. It's not about being pessimistic, it's about being realistic and proactive in our approach to life. The power of perception. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Stoicism teaches that how we see things greatly affects our feelings and overall well-being. It's not the events themselves that make us upset or happy, but how we interpret them. By understanding this, Stoics aim to be strong and calm, even when life gets tough. Stoicism provides several ways to change how we think about negative situations, helping us feel more empowered. First, there's a technique of cognitive reframing. It involves challenging and changing negative thoughts about events. By questioning our negative views and considering other perspectives, we can see difficult situations more clearly. Another way to change our perspective is to practice Stoic journaling. Writing about our thoughts and feelings in response to challenges helps us identify and change irrational or unhelpful beliefs. This practice allows us to reframe our perspectives in a more positive and constructive way. One more powerful tool for changing how we see negative situations is acceptance and detachment. Stoicism teaches us to accept and detach from external events. While we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we perceive and respond to these events. Practicing mindfulness and staying aware of the present moment helps us observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing for a clearer and calmer response to challenges. Generally, Stoicism offers valuable techniques for using perception to build resilience, emotional well-being, and inner peace. By reframing negative situations and adopting empowering viewpoints, we can handle life's challenges more easily and live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Developing inner strength with Stoic practices. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." I will give you an example of applying this Stoic way to build inner strength. Raising children can be stressful, especially when they misbehave or don't meet your expectations. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by their actions, you can remind yourself that you can't control their behavior, but you can control your response. By staying patient and consistent in your guidance, you demonstrate inner strength and resilience, which can positively influence your children's behavior over time. Or consider the situation at work. You might face tight deadlines, difficult colleagues, or unexpected changes. Instead of letting these external pressures dictate your emotional state, you can focus on maintaining your composure. For instance, if a project suddenly gets an earlier deadline, instead of panicking, you could break the work into smaller tasks, prioritize them, and methodically work through the list, maintaining a calm and focused mindset. In both family and work scenarios, the key is to focus on what you can control, your own thoughts and actions. Here are some steps to apply Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. Pause and reflect. When faced with a stressful situation, take a moment to pause and consider your response. Ask yourself if reacting with frustration or anger will help the situation, or if staying calm would be more effective. Reframe your thoughts. challenge any negative or irrational thoughts you might have. For example, instead of thinking, "This is unfair," you could think, "This is a challenge I can handle." Focus on action. Identify constructive actions you can take. If a family member is upset, listen actively and empathize. If a work deadline is stressing you out, create a plan to manage your time effectively. Accept what you can't control. Recognize that some things are beyond your control, like other people's behavior or unexpected changes. Accepting this can reduce stress and help you focus on what you can influence. By applying these steps, you harness the power of your mind, build inner strength, and approach life's challenges with resilience and confidence, in line with Stoic principles. Actionable steps for building mental toughness. One of the main ideas in Stoicism is the importance of self-discipline and self-control to build mental toughness. Stoics believe in controlling thoughts, emotions, and actions with reason and virtue. Imagine you are dealing with a difficult situation at home, such as a family disagreement. Instead of reacting emotionally, a Stoic would practice self-control by taking a step back to assess the situation calmly. By controlling your emotions and responding with reason and virtue, you can navigate the disagreement more effectively and build resilience in handling future conflicts. To build mental toughness, Stoics suggest practicing self-discipline in everyday life. This means setting clear goals, creating routines to reach those goals, and pushing yourself to overcome obstacles. For instance, peer pressure can be a significant challenge in school. Stoic self-discipline involves staying true to your values and principles, even when others try to sway you. If your friends encourage you to skip studying for a test to hang out, a Stoic would remind themselves of their long-term goals and the importance of their education. By practicing self-control and sticking to your commitments, you build resilience against peer pressure. Another important part of building mental toughness is experiencing voluntary discomfort. Stoics believe that by facing discomfort and adversity willingly, we can become stronger. This might involve physical exercise, fasting, or facing fears to build resilience. In a modern context, this might mean pushing yourself to complete a challenging workout routine or trying intermittent fasting. These practices teach you to endure discomfort willingly, strengthening your mental fortitude and preparing you to handle unexpected difficulties with greater ease. Stoicism also stresses having a strong sense of purpose and integrity, even when facing difficulties. By staying true to our values and principles, we can develop inner strength that helps us handle life's challenges with grace. In a friendship or romantic relationship, honesty is crucial. A Stoic would prioritize being truthful and authentic in all interactions. For example, if a friend asks for your opinion on a sensitive topic, instead of sugarcoating your response, you provide honest and constructive feedback. Similarly, in a romantic relationship, being open about your feelings and intentions fosters trust and strengthens the bond. Furthermore, Stoicism offers practical ways to build mental toughness and inner strength. By practicing self-discipline, embracing voluntary discomfort, and staying true to our values, we can develop the resilience needed to thrive during tough times. Finding peace amidst chaos. Stoicism gives us useful ideas for finding peace even when life is chaotic and uncertain. One main idea in Stoic teachings is that we can achieve inner peace by having a calm and rational mind, no matter what's happening around us. By using Stoic principles and practices, we can learn to handle life's challenges with grace and calmness. For instance, let's say you're in a team meeting where tensions are high, deadlines are looming, and everyone seems stressed. Instead of getting caught up in the chaos and feeling overwhelmed, you can apply Stoic wisdom by focusing on what you can control. This might involve taking a moment to pause, center yourself, and regulate your breathing to stay calm. You can also choose to respond to the situation with rationality and patience, rather than reacting impulsively or getting swept up in the emotions of others. By maintaining a sense of inner peace and resilience, you can navigate the challenges of the work environment more effectively and contribute to a positive outcome, even in the midst of chaos. Strategies for staying calm and balanced. Stoicism offers several practical ways to stay calm and balanced during tough times. One important strategy is mindfulness. This means being aware of your thoughts, emotions, and reactions without judging them. By staying present and focused on the moment, you can think more clearly and handle difficulties with wisdom and strength. Another key Stoic practice that I already mentioned is accepting what you can't change and being resilient when facing adversity. Stoics believe that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we react. By accepting things we can't change and focusing on what we can control, we can avoid unnecessary suffering and keep our inner peace. Stoicism also highlights the importance of perspective. When facing challenges, try to step back and look at the bigger picture. Understanding that problems are often temporary and a normal part of life can help you stay calm. This broader view can help you keep a sense of peace even during chaotic times. Overall, by practicing mindfulness, acceptance, and perspective, you can build the inner strength and resilience needed to handle life's challenges with grace and calmness.